battle of the late breakers, and Elite Risk gets it.
Not a late break, Muddy Warriors not going to give this up without a good fight.
Oh dear me. Oh, and look at that. Peg Dorniak and Charlie going at it. Rambuon. Front by side to the last corner. Who's going to get the better traction? Race on the better line. It's going to be a drag race to the finishing line.
Hello and good evening, welcome back to 7th Gear Racing tonight. It is Tier 2 in action, round 7 tonight at Catalonia, Spain. I am your commentator Jake. This evening I am leading the championship, but tonight I am on streaming duties, so a good chance for the likes of Visions and Fitzy to close that gap. They've also missed a race. So, no excuses for those if they don't win the championship. But qualifying is underway. Just quickly go through previous wins. Fawn is a two-time winner in the last two races. He'll be looking for the hat-trick tonight. Action zones 1 and 2 turns. Obviously, after the DRS zone is going to be the main action zone tonight. And then also turn 4 and 5, you can also see Paloma versus Poe last season. But let's go to the action because we're halfway through this qualifying lap. We're on board with Fitz for this one. It is a one-shot quali format tonight with the sprint race as normal. Someone did ready up very early, so I assume someone doesn't have their setup on. Visions does fancy himself as a Spain specialist, so it's no surprise to see him in provisional pole currently. Zeno just behind Dolphin, did a good performance in Tier 1 last night, and it's just P3. Grab that just in case we need a restart. Yeah, Vision's on pole by a couple of tenths to Zeno, about a second off last night's pace. Ogween setting a 10.5. Fitz P4, Icy, last week's winner, will start P5 for the sprint. Fusion 6th place, Vaughan 7th, Adam 8th, Chaos reserving on McLaren tonight in 9th. Paloma is the top 10. Finley, Hamilton, Aros, Winnitz, Sermadog on his debut, Espol and Devour, David and Cuba, and then Adam Lee and Lucy will start at the back, not putting a time in. as I was saying, here Lucy is the one who pressed the button straight away. It's easily done in the one-shot quali because it's a different button to go to your setup in it. So on the one-shot quali screen, you can easily press the wrong button. That is what Fear Lucy did, and now, unless there's a glitch or something, Fear Lucy is stuck with a default setup. There is no break, but there might be a little bit of a breakdown because Fear Lucy raiding up early might give people an opportunity to adjust their setups a little bit. So a quick look at standards while we wait for the lights out. It might go any second, but we'll see how far I can get. If it works tonight. Last night it decided not to work properly. Oh, there we go, it's starting. We're starting. There we go. For the sprint, 5 red lights, and away we go. Zeno and Visions both opting for the soft tyres. Let's have a quick look at that. Yeah, so most of the drivers on the softs, but it's Zeno down the inside into turn 1. Visions will hold it round turn 2 and 3 and is ahead of Zeno. And Dolphin looking to get around Zeno as well. And Fusion game up just behind these. Fitz down the inside of Dolphin, gets himself into the podium places. Game in there, and there goes Icy down the inside of Vaughan, trying to hold that position now. Looks to go down the inside of Fusion, but not a place you overtake normally. Aros moving up a place up to, well, losing down a place actually to Chaos, side by side with those. Oh, Chaos going wide, and we'll lose a couple of positions there on the medium tyres. S. Bolton up to 10th on those mediums as well. Position change, there we go. It's now up to P2. Yeah, Bolton and David had a very good start. Up 6 places, both of them. Down the straight we're going for the first time. Vision still leads after lap 1. Fitz has had a very good start, he's up a couple of places, and we'll be looking to chase down Visions now. There's a couple of pit stops, Murdoch and Finley both in the pits on lap 1. Paloma did a decent performance last night in Tier 1. Should be looking to score some points after just missing out on both races. And just behind Hamilton, going a bit wide. Up the hill we go, a tricky traction zone on this track. Already done better than Tier 1 from last night. We had a safety car by now. It liked to come out last night, and there is Fear Lucy with his default setup. Going down the inside, Adam Lee for P15, but Adam Lee coming straight back through the swooping right-hander, and then another swooping right-hander, a new final turn of this corner. Much better than the slow chicane. Encourages a bit more overtaking opportunities. Fitzy has caught right up to the back of Visions, and Sermadog is out of session on his debut. Zeno, his teammate, looking to hold on to the DRS here, but it looks like he's quite got the pace of the front 2 early doors. Fitzy has used a lot of his battery. You can see it on his wheel. Can't see Visions because Cameron Mercedes is rubbish. Dolphin and Zeno going at it. This is also going to help the top 2 get away from the pack. 1.4 seconds now. DRS is enabled this lap, so we'll keep an eye on both these battles here. Let's go on board with Dolphin. You can just about see Fitzy up there, and there goes Dolphin, and then Fitzy takes the lead of the sprint race on lap 4. Down into turn 1, any more moves? Doesn't look like it. There goes Icy down the inside of Vaughan. Turn 4 and 5. Slots in behind. Paloma occupying that final point position, but she is under pressure from Hamilton, who's also had a good start. Bolton still doing some work on these medium tyres that might come back to him later in the sprint. Safety car last night come out a bit late in the main race, and Firmsley on the hard tyres actually managed to hold off a few of the soft runners. So the soft tyres do go off very quickly around here, it seems, judging by last night. Maybe about 8 laps, and maybe the mediums will come back in. But here comes Vision with a chance to retake the lead here with the help of DRS, and it could be a con theme throughout the sprint race. Vision takes the lead down in turn 1 once again, and it's going to be a battle, a tactical battle between those two. Semitov needs to invite him back. We'll invite him back in just a moment. We'll do that after the next DRS zone. It's pretty close between top 10. A bit far behind as he does finally get past Bolton, as he was holding him up. Chaos also retired in the pit lane a moment ago. These guys are stuck in the DRS train. It's just going to be who's going to have the most DRS left in the tank at the end. On board Fitzy again. It's going to be a late move if he does go for it this time. He is. He half went for it. Visions gave him the room if he dived down the inside. Zeno and Dolphin once again had a battle, and Vaughan trying to sneak his way through, looking for that gap. Oh, there's a... Whoa! Chaos's AI retiring on the track there. Not sure why it's come out so far after retiring in the pit lane, but luckily it was just about ghosted. Yeah, a very good battle here for the final podium place. Zeno currently occupies it. Vaughan did get past Dolphin in that little scuffle. Moving the background there potentially. We'll invite Surma back in after the next straight. So back on board with Fitz in. Again, he's not quite close enough, but again, he might go for it. Yeah, he's going to go for it down the inside. Down into turn 1, and also Vaughan up to P3, but we're down board with the leaders. Fitzy gets the move done at turn 3. There's a yellow flag. It's Dolphin coming together with somebody at turn 1. Everybody else still going, so potentially spin on himself. Vaughan is up to P3 now, and his light is flashing with reading he is low on battery, but let's quickly invite Surma back before I forget, because there is a lot of action going on. And he's not online, so we'll do that in a minute. And it could be a safety car now, because David and Kuba is out of session. Safety car. There we go, into lap 8. Visions are very close to Fitzy here, getting a nice slipstream. Down the inside. Fitzy going to try and hold it round the outside. Go for the inside line, but Visions covers off. And then Icy has a spin out of turn 2. And that will drop him outside the points now. Aros looking to grab that final point, but he did get a 5-second time penalty a moment ago for ignoring a yellow flag. I'm not sure what that was about. Vaughan is actually closing in on the front 2 here after them two battling out front, and it could just bring Vaughan and Zeno into play for the race win. Fusion Gamer has dropped off the front 4. He is holding up Paloma and Hamilton. Bolton now in that point position, up 8 places in the sprint. Very good considering he's on the mediums. And he's doing well to hold off the soft runners. Here we go down the straight. Once again, Fitzy. Using an overtake and takes the lead once again. And Vaughan is in the background there. He wants them two to fight so he can have a chance of any opportunity to get the race win here potentially. And while we're going through sector 2, I'll try and invite Surma again. There he is, the big boy himself. Right then, next DRS zone. Not the usual place to overtake, it's not long enough really, unless you really get a good run. Vaughan is right on the tail of these two, he's found some pace out of nowhere. And is well in the hunt for the race win here, with a few laps to go. Paloma still following Fusion round, as well as Hamilton. These guys are good sprints, to be fair, moving up plenty of positions, taking advantage of some mistakes. But here comes Visions down the other side into turn 1 for lap 10 of the sprint. He's got a good run, but again, Visions will cover it off. So Fitzy. Oh, it's going to be a tactical battle now. If Visions will probably be happy that Fitz has gone for the move there, because now he'll get the DRS for the final time on the last lap to take the race lead. So maybe that was a bit tactical from Visions. Didn't maybe lift it off slightly. See, he could have gone for the move there. Zeno dives down the inside of Vaughan, taking that P3 spot. And Vaughan fighting back round the outside. Can he get the move done? He hasn't got grip. Zeno back into the top 3. Right on board with Vaughan. It's a good battle here for the race win. On board with Visions out. Final lap. DRS Fitzy now out of battery. They're going to go side by side into turn 1. This is going to be for the sprint victory, you feel. Visions can get this done, and it looks like he has. Fitzy no answer. We have no battery left. Unless Visions make a mistake now, it looks like he is going to take the sprint victory. But it is all very close. Vaughan trying down the inside of Zeno again. Slots in just behind. Paloma trying to move around the outside of Fusion, and then Hamilton trying to find a gap down the inside, trying to take advantage. Adam Lee and Dolphin having a little scuffle for P11, but back at the front for the final few corners. See Winnett's there. Is he gonna? I'm not sure why. He's trying to give his teammate a DRS. We're hoping he just gets to the lap so he doesn't have to do another lap. But Visions round the last corner. He is going to win the sprint. A very good sprint race, mind. Fitz finished P2. Zeno holds on for P3. Good race from the top 4. Bolton is going to take that last point on those medium tyres, up 8 places in the sprint. A good race from him. But yeah, a generally good race from the top 8 there, all moving up places, and Zeno just dropping down 1. Dolphin was in the hunt for the top 3, but he had a mishap at turn 1 with somebody. Just wait for Winters to do a whole lap, but yeah, a very good sprint. Some very good racing. And Visions and Fitz closed the gap on myself. So there we go then. Visions takes the sprint win from pole position, Fitz up a couple of places to take P2. It's going to be an interesting battle down in the turn 1 between those two. Zeno and Vaughan were closely behind, and then a few 5 seconds back, Fusion, Paloma, Hamilton and Bolton pick up the final points. Bolton started 16th by the way. The P8 Dolphin just missing out as mentioned, had a spin. Alros completes the top 10. Adam Lee on his debut for Alpine will start 11th on the grid. Adam Fiorucci with a default setup managed to get himself up to P13, which is not too bad. Icy, his fellow Irishman, just behind. Devour, Finley, Winnets, David and a Chaos, and then Surma DNF'd early on. Oh, and it is wet again. Looks like full wets this time. We had a wet sprint race yesterday in Tier 1. But let's try and look at the standings again. Hello, Devout. So there we go. Myself, Jake, leading the championship by 12 points, but that's now cut down by 7 points with Fitzy and Visions finishing 1-2 in the sprint. Finley's P4. Fitzy also on a nice podium streak. And yeah, as mentioned in the race preview, Vaughan is on a hat-trick tonight for race wins, and in that sprint he looked very good as someone's raided up early again. I'll find out who that is later on, but it is lights out and away we go for the race. I think everybody's away, so no restart here. But, just confirm it is full wets. Yep, does look full wets, and down into turn 1. So McLaren outbrake himself, gone very wide. That's Bolton already off track. Visions comfortably ahead. To turn 3. The game is past Vaughan, and there's a yellow flag at the back. Surma Dog again, and then goes Vaughan, spin around. I didn't quite see what happened. No safety car. Treacherous conditions. Zeno getting a nice exit there, side by side with Finley, and I think not Finley, sorry, Fitzy. And Zeno up to P2. We'll see who is the Martha in the wet at the minute. It's Aros, who's up 6 places, up to P4 at the start. Another yellow flag, Surma off again. Fusion down the inside of Adam here. This is a tricky traction zone, especially in the wet. And Fusion Gamer gets ahead to AlphaTauris side by side. Dolphin is going to allow Adam to get through. Adam Lee just mentioned in the chat he enjoys the wet weather, so let's see what he can do. He's already up 3 places and he's in the slipstream of Dolphin. Saw last night, see as you go out that slipstream, the speed you just dies as does get down the inside. Up to P7, just minor contact, nothing major, and now Dolphin under pressure from Paloma just behind. She gets a bit out of shape. Up the hill, Surma Dog again with a flag. Adam back down the inside, a nice move there as his teammate follows him through. Now Dolphin is going to take P6 as gets past his teammate Adam. Good racing there from the AlphaTauris. This time it's Hamilton off at the back, struggling in the wet conditions. And again, and there is the VSC. And we lose Chaos as well. So he spun off into the wall. Slammer with no wing at all there. So not the most impressive debut, let's say. He's off track again. A full course safety car has come out now, even though it does say virtual. Or we have a glitch here. We'll see what happens. I think the game possibly is glitched. We'll see what happens. So Visions is Hamilton's given up. So it seems like the safety car is properly out, but still says virtual. Let's see on the track lights. It does say safety car on the track, so from what I can see, yeah, the safety car definitely. There it is. Finally changes. For a moment there, I thought we had to restart. But anyway, the safety car is out. First time tonight. Vision still leads the way. Zeno gets ahead of Fitz. Aros P4. Fusion game up. Two AlphaTauris, Dolphin and Adam. Adam Lee have a good start. Also Paloma and Icy occupy the points position. Fear Lucy. They're doing a good job on that default setup. Spin at turn 1, but turn 3, sorry, on lap 1. Down to 14th. And then we saw Bolton at turn 1 outbrake himself. So wet weather here to stay by looks of things, hasn't changed at all. So far Visions has been looking fairly comfortable so far this evening. Safety car in this lap then. Vision's loves a slow restart, so expect a snail pace potentially to the line. Fear Lucy getting a 5 second for ignoring a yellow flag. Slight illegal overtake business as Visions has gone, and we are back underway. Lap 5 of 33. It's a decent restart from Zeno, burning that battery, and already down the inside of Winnets has binned it on the final corner potentially, but Zeno down the inside and gets I don't think there's much contact, but another safety car has come out from Winnett's crash, I think. It was a bit delayed, but another safety car. Either way, Zeno down to 4th now, and we'll stop 7 places up into the podiums. Let's check through the field. Do we have damage? Someone missing a wing, or was it Winnett's? Yeah, I think it was a delayed safety car for Winnets. So not even half a lap racing, and we've got another safety car out. I actually saw last night, it loves to come out around it. So Lucy and Dave got a 5-second time penalty, but as more time the safety car comes out, more potential for the rain to calm down. Look at that. As Ollie Williams would say, it's raining sideways there. Yeah, Aros Wonder Watch here. Looking good in these conditions. Also, Adam, you mentioned loves the wet weather rain races. A good start. Let's see what happens at the restart. Hopefully it's in this lap. Everyone is on the train. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have one more lap. So I don't think you've even been out for a lap yet, has it? Not too sure. A bit pointless, but it is what it is. I'll leave you with a screen for a couple of minutes then while I go get a drink. I'll be back in a minute. Right then. Safety car should be in this lap. We're on lap 7 of 33. And it is the two championship contenders out in front. It is looking a close race this evening. Vision slows down the pack once again. And we are back underway on board with Fitzy. Saw Zeno get a very good restart last time round. And again Fitzy with the slipstream can get ahead of Visions down and so on, but Visions got to hold it around the outside. He's got the inside line for turn 2, but Fitzy better traction there, gets ahead of Visions. Exactly the same move as Zeno failed to do last time round. And Dolphin having a little look down the inside of Adam Lee there, or Adam Lee getting ahead of Dolphin. Oh, and was there a little bit of contact between the two AlphaTauris, because I saw Dolphin sliding, unless he locked his rears. Not quite hot enough, the temperatures on those tyres potentially, and off in the background is Davin Kuba and Shirley. He's not going 3 in a row. 3 in a row. Half a lap. Again, David is off and out of the race. And here we go again. Oh, and Ember gets a drive through at the back of the pack. But at least one thing is with early safety cars, that usually means that there's going to be no more safety cars throughout the race. So Fitzy is the leader this time. We're down to 13 drivers, as Spain seems to be the new F1 track for DNFing. But there is a limit on how many safety cars in the race. I think it's 4. I don't know if I count VSCs. We had a VSC, so hopefully, even if there's another 10 crashes there, hopefully there'll be no more safety cars. And potentially the weather might change, but it looks pretty stable right now. Don't know if I was worn at the back there. I'll just get a fresh set of wets on, just for that extra few tenths of a lap. Icy's going to go for it, and let's see any damage. Let's go on board. but it is definitely worth the gamble. I mean, the worst that can happen is you drop down 3 places below the points and on fresh tyres, which will 100% go to the end. It's a good call there by Icy. And he's the only driver to do so as well, so it could be a huge advantage come later the race, because especially if there's no more safety cars, or even if there is a safety car, people might pit and Icy will gain a few positions. Bolton is the only driver on other than Icy to have a pit stop. There we go then, safety car back in, and this time it is Vision's turn to get that slipstream down into turn 1. So Fitzy slowing the pack down. Hopefully we'll have green flag racing for the rest of the session. 23 laps to go. 23. And we are underway. And Visions with the slipstream. Fitzy has a good restart. Adam Lee and Fusion. 2 Alpine, sorry. Having a battle by the looks of things down into turn 1, followed by the 2 AlphaTauris. We'll see how that plays out between the 2 teams as Adam gets a bit out of shape, and again, and it allows Fearlucy and Vaughan to go around the outside. As Adam goes very deep there, knocks Vaughan a bit wide. Adam takes the place. Sure if it was the contact that made him go wide or Vaughan braking late, but Paloma just behind now. I see on these fresh tyres, one to watch it. Back at the front it is, still Fitz out in the lead, Visions right on the gearbox of that Williams. He's got a nice run. Can he keep the run going through the final turn? Get the slipstream. It's like Fitzy, a little drift there, but it looks quite good. Vision's going for the slipstream, gets fastest lap in the process. Is there going to be a move into turn 1? Be very risky if he does. Aros dropping off the pace. Zeno just behind, 2 Alpines having a good race. They need it. They are not doing the best this season. Oh, and Visions has bottled it, and the safety car is out once again, and surely this is the last time the safety car comes out. I think it's at max now. 4 safety cars by lap 12. And we're down to 12 drivers now. But obviously the conditions on track, catching a few people out tonight. I don't think there's. I think all the DNS have been all by themselves. There's a few retires in the pit lane, Chaos, Hamilton, and there goes a few pit stops. The leader comes in, so it looks like Zeno is going to take the lead of the race. Adam Lee up to P2. Does look like another set of wets going on for everybody. Yeah, new grid order in. There's Zeno who takes the lead of the race. Front six are not pitted. Adam Lee, Dolphin, Adam, Paloma and Vaughan. IC pitted a few laps ago, he's up to P7 now. Bolton pitted 10 laps ago, he's up to 8th. And then was race leader down to 9th now. Aros down to 10th. Infusion and Fear Lucy, so are they. After grid DNF. It is survival of the fittest tonight. S. Bolton coming in for a fresh set of wets as well, and why not? Problem is, always safety cars, these tyres are probably ice cold. That's probably why they've been one safety car after another as well. But yeah, it's very hard to predict who will win it from here now. Safety car in this lap. But if I had to call a winner with no more safety cars, assuming the game has maxed itself out, I literally don't know. It is literally pick or a draw. Let's go with Adam Lee. I'll pick Adam Lee for my race prediction winner from here. Zeno has gone quite early and it's caught Dolphin napping. Let's see if Adam Lee can take the lead into turn one. We are back underway and hopefully no more safety cars. Paloma passes Adam down the straight, but before the line it looks like, and gives that place back. Fitzy already down the inside of Icy. Where is Icy? There he is, on the outside now. Holds on to the position. Gets a nice little switch back as Fitzy made a little mistake going over the curb. Back at the front. And mate all load back of the Haas driver. Dolphin looking to secure that podium. Looking good for AlphaTauri. Looking good for any constructor who's got 2 cars left on the grid. Alfa Romeo as well. Alpine. Looking to secure that double points finish. Yeah, I think so, Mikey. The safety car definitely has helped these guys who probably go to the end on the same tyre they started with. All them laps under the safety car will definitely help that situation. There is some action here. Paloma around the outside. Some nice traction. Lovely move on Adam there as Aros getting out of shape in the background. He loses a place to the Fusion Gamer. But he grabs that one right back. Up ahead, Thorn getting overtaken by Fitzy. But Thorn got the slipstream with the AlphaTauri. He's has to back off, or he's got higher downforce on. Fitzy trying to make a move around the outside of Adam there, gets the move done. Lovely, and he is on the charge. He could be a potential race win as well. It depends how quickly he can navigate the next 4 cars. Icy and Vaughan dropping down the order, even more so because Aros is going to follow Icy through potentially. Vaughan is going to hold it down the inside. Aros is still there. He's going to careful accelerating on that outside curb, and here comes Fusion Gamer down the inside. Some lovely racing, just about enough room there. Aros does back out of that one. Did just about have enough room, but he didn't want to risk accelerating on that inside curb. Very smart move from Aros, and up the tunics, I can't say a word. Give up. Fusion Gamer taking his chance to get himself up to P8. And here comes Fitzy then, already all over the back of Dolphin here. Making these fresh tyres work, and fastest lap goes in, and he's up to P3 already. Looks like Fitzy could have this one in the bag. Still a long way to go, of course. Icy and Adam side by side into turn 2. I see another one to watch. He's up to P6. He's on a decent recovery drive. Oh, there's some wing damage in the background there. Was that Aros? Running into the back of Vaughan. It is Aros with wing damage, which he will be gutted about because he was running P2 at one point in the top 3. And then here comes Adam and Fusion Gamer making a bit of contact. Fusion Gamer dives down the inside. It's a bit of a risky move again down that corner, but gets a nice switch back. Got the inside line for the fast right-hander. Gets the move done. Decent racing. Just about gets through. S. Bolton getting involved as Vaughan dives down the inside now of Adam. It seems like if one driver loses the position, the other drivers just follow through. But this time Vaughan cannot quite get past, but look how much time Adam lost just recovering from not being on the right line. Aros pits, so that change of wing, and Fitz has already taken the lead. Didn't see him overtake Adam Lee, and he's cleared Zeno as well. And with those fresh tyres, he can sail away and dominate the race from here. There's a good chance the safety car will not come out anymore, so it looks like Fitzy has this in the bag as Adam is struggling on his old wet tyres now. You see Fitzy now has hit the front and dominating these new 2 seconds lead. That is the power of the fresh tyres. So the likes of Zeno, Adam Lee, Paloma, Vaughan and Adam all opting to stay out. It seems like it was the wrong choice. I see now past Dolphin as he's on fresher tyres as well. Looking good for the podium. Potentially he's got 2.6 second gap to the podium, but now I see he has some clean air. He'll catch Adam Lee and Zeno pretty quickly, I would imagine. In comes Adam, so maybe he got damage potentially from that Fusion Gamer move when there was a bit of contact down the inside. Maybe that's why he was struggling a bit. Oh, no wing damage, just a change of tyres. Maybe them 18 lap old wets are really struggling. Maybe they're not going to last. Let's see what happens. Yeah, look at Icy, 1.5 seconds now, quarter second, just in the first sector and a half, and closing in very rapidly. We'll get off that on board because the sound. Yep. Fitzy 5 seconds in the lead now. You can just put it on cruise control and take it easy to the end of the race. But here comes Lacey then. He is on the back now. 2.5 seconds. He closed the gap in that lap. And I'm sure he'll play it patient. He knows the win is probably out of reach now, unless Fitzy makes a huge mistake. Fusion Gamer. Dolphin made a mistake here, he's going very slow. He's now struggling on those tyres. Vaughan up a place or bolting down the inside on the fresher tyres. Vaughan's got the inside line and should have the grip. He's going to merge ahead. And it is Bolton in the McLaren up to 9th, but he does have a time penalty. Let's just see what that is. He's got 6 seconds, so he's extended the track a bit more as Icy does get ahead. I'm trying to struggle to get back on what I was on. Looks like Adam Lee held on for now. And the difference in tyres, look at 7 seconds in the lead. That's why you've always got a pit underneath the safety car in this game. Saw it last night. Paloma, Fusion, Carly Dag all opted to stay out on the whole tyres, and they just saw they just got swallowed up instantly. The fresh tyres on this game are super important. It's get an opportunity to pit underneath safety car, you've got to take it. The rain does not look like it's easing off. It looks like it's going to be full wet all the way through. Right on board with Icy for a few corners to see if we can get Adam sliding about everywhere. With 21 lap old wet tyres. Icy trying to make a move there with the battery being deployed, but we'll be playing the long game now. Fusion is there, so you might want to get a move on as Fiorucci makes the move on Paloma but gets out of shape. That default setup not too bad in the wet. Oh, and in comes Adam Lee, so he is not confident these tyres will go to the end. So Icy is free to attack Zeno now. Fusion Gamer. See AP as well, so he's on even fresher tyres than Icy. So Fusion Gamer potentially looking at a podium here. Fearlessly up to P5 all of a sudden. I wonder what he could have done with a proper setup. Obviously he's just been avoiding the carnage and that, but half the grid is gone, but still he's got to do what he's got to do as Icy drive down the inside of Fusion Gamer, actually going around the outside of Icy there for P3. He's got fresher tyres, and again another decent move by Fusion. Yellow flag, and is one of the AlphaTauris, and it is Adam, who usually thrives in these sort of conditions, but it's not gone his way tonight. Oh, and there we go, Zeno, he is struggling, and there's a clear indication with Adam Lee hitting from good positions. Clear indication that these tyres are not going to last another 10 laps. And as you can see, Zeno struggling really badly, especially at the fast corners. He's just got no grip at all. Icy again for the SUVs, a little bit wobbly out of turn 4. Turn 3 should I say. This is turn 4 and 5. Fusion a lot more grip. Is he going to say a little bit risky? Icy has made a little mistake somewhere. He dropped slightly back. Fusion Gamer looking for the podium, but he's got to be smart about it. He's got another 10 laps. He knows Zeno is struggling on his tyres, especially through this sector here. Fusion taking the tight line. You can see the grip he's got, even though he didn't take the best of line through there. Tries to switch back, and there you go. Under traction here. He's got the inside line. He's got to be careful not to understeer into Zeno, which he does a bit. Zeno off track. I won't appreciate that too much. Again, Zeno getting out of shape in the final corner, and Icy's going to take full advantage. Is he going to brake later down the inside? No. Seen holding off Icy here, but it's a huge task to go to the end. It looks like Icy getting a bit greedy on the throttle, trying to maybe just getting a bit frustrated. But the two AlphaTauri drivers have tried the inters, and it still looks very much wet conditions to me. We'll keep an eye on the delta between himself and Aros, but as you can see, it is going up by the looks of it. And there is Adam about to be lapped. So Fusion Gamer up to P2 then. Zeno holding off Icy. Adam Lee on fresh set of wets, as Bolton just went a bit wide there. Adam Lee's setting purple sectors on these fresh wet tyres, so looking for that extra point, which is up for grabs here, especially for potentially Aros. If you get that gap to Dolphin. And Paloma now pits, but gets a fire second time. Money will probably be okay. Adam Lee does set the fastest lap. Ongoing another set of wet tyres. Yeah, there's the right strategy. The pit underneath safety car. Fusion and Fitzy gaining massively. Yes, Paloma out in P11. We'll need a 5-second gap though to Dolphin. Adam Lee now round up to P6 on track, and he's got Fear Lucy ahead. Default setup, remember, so this is definitely on the cards. Top 5 finish for Adam Lee. And Zeno's still struggling. He's just frustrating. Icy bit, and there's a bit of contact as he sticks down the inner side. Any bit of contact with Zeno is it's going to send him sideways, so he's got to be careful. Both drivers. I think maybe Icy getting a little bit frustrated here because he probably felt P2 could have been on the cards here. But Fusion Gamer has snuck through. And Zeno massively holding up Icy now. And to be fair, if Icy doesn't get past Zeno here, which he hasn't because he's put it in the wall from P4, I was going to say, Adam Lee is on the charge here, and he's not too far behind. And Icy is out of session, getting a bit frustrated potentially. Just could not pass Zeno. So down to 11 now. Vaughan also on the fresh wet tyres, but yeah, I think the safety car has maxed out, so no safety car there. But back at front, let's have a quick check on Fitzy, who's just in cruise control here. 10 seconds to lead, doesn't need to risk anything. Stays how it is, he will take lead of the championship. Fusion Gamer looking for a good result all season. And again, he just needs to bring it home for his first podium of the season. He's finished P6 twice so far this season. That is best finish. Fear Lucy on his debut for full-time debut for Aston Martin. We'll be looking to hold off Adam Lee for the final laps, but Adam Lee looks like he's got enough in him to just breeze past, and there we go. Up to P4, and I think he's still got the fastest lap, but it could be taken over by Paloma. If I can find the right, yeah, it is Paloma now with the fastest lap. Aros is looking good for some points still, despite that damage earlier on, but he could have been up there with Fitz and Fusion, probably P2 if that damage didn't happen, because he was on the same strategy as those two. Bolton struggling for grip round that corner again, but he's got a 6-second time penalty, so he's just going to let Aros through and try and concentrate on that gap to Paloma, who's also got a 5-second time penalty. So a good race from Bolton. Dolphin on his inters, actually keeping that gap now. Adam Lee does get himself past Zeno. Sorry, I missed that one. Didn't really see him coming. But now a double podium for Alpine on the cards. Zeno does finish the race on these tyres and finishes in the top 5. That'll be very impressive. You can see every time I go on him, he's struggling. He's sliding and snapping everywhere. But yeah, I think that is pretty much the race done now after that overtake on Zeno. Adam Lee up the P3. You might see Fearlucci have a go at Zeno as well, but the gap isn't closing rapidly. Still 1.5, now 4, so we might see a last lap battle potentially. Alpine have only got one podium so far this season. Dylan in tier 3 as Bolton decides to pit when he had P7 in the bag. Not sure why he's given away that. Now he's going to drop outside the points. Well, Adam 1 minute behind, but he's going to pick up a point. But he dropped a few points there. As I was saying, Alpine only scored one podium this season. Dylan in tier 3, and they look set to get a double tonight. And Fearlucci is on the back of Zeno now. Bolton will get a chance to get fastest lap, but you see Dolphin, his inters are working by the looks of it. Was it 9 seconds? Or has Vaughan made a mistake? Don't know, we'll keep an eye on it. There's only 3 laps left, so not going to be too much. Yeah, Delta's going up, and there we go, Zeno all out of shape. Fearlucci. Up to P4. And Zeno is going to give up tyres. He's again with only 3 laps to go, unless they were literally about to pop. I think he had to commit to it because he's just dropped again. Drop points. The only reason why he had a pit there if he was literally going to get a puncture within the next lap. He comes out P8 or P9, just behind Dolphin on those inters, which I said were working, but they're not. I think someone made a mistake. So we'll see Zeno come back through, but I don't think he's going to catch Vaughan. Actually, he might catch Vaughan. But Vaughan is also on 4 lap old tyres, so I highly doubt it actually. Yeah, but there's been a few fumbles tonight. Visions being one of them. Crashing out from P2. Aros getting damage from P2 as well. Here comes Zeno. Whoa! Is that movement under braking from Dolphin? Or Zeno trying to go for a gap that wasn't there? I mean, it was very tight. No, I think Dolphin just lets him go through this time. Have to watch the replay on that one if they decide to, but I think it's not really worth sending in. I think it's going to affect anybody's race. Zeno does get through to P8 then. And we do have a little battle on track. Aros has caught the back of Fearlucci, so we might have a last lap tussle here for P4. But I was saying, the fumbles earlier, Visions, Aros and Zeno as well staying out. And Vaughan also was up there during the sprint. He had a damage on lap 1 as contact. Paloma spins herself as well. Fearlucci off track. I think Paloma just outbraked herself. managed to make contact with all 3 cars there. Paloma already with a penalty, so if that gets sent into the stewards, that's potentially another place loss, although it's going to be to teammate Vaughan currently. Zeno is closing in. Aros going to get past Paloma. I think Paloma just gives that one up. He's I think you know he's made a mistake there. Wasn't going to fight Aros. Zeno does get there fastest lap. And yes, Bolton trying to get past Dolphin on these as well. Braking a bit late, avoids the contact. The lawnmower noise goes on. So it's the closest battle on track, so we're still on it for a couple of corners because Fitzy is about to start the final lap of this race. Fusion Gamer has closed the gap slightly, but I think Fitzy just in cruise control. Right, can Bolton make the overtake here? Probably won't matter because Bolton has that time penalty, and Paloma probably given that place back also. But Zeno is there, maybe that's why. Whoa! Paloma very slow for that corner. About to say maybe Paloma's just been sent back there. Ah, Paloma got damaged, that'll probably be why. So maybe Paloma just went back there because she's got a penalty. Maybe just tried to hold off Zeno for the final lap. Well, it worked either way. She did have damage though, so we'll let her off as Bolton down the other side and Dolphin's really struggling. There's you know, Winters, but on board with Fitzy then for the final couple of corners. He looks very sidey. He must be very careful. He's done this before around Brazil. Crashed before the line when victory was right there, a few meters away. Oh, he's risking it. He is going to win. Very good drive from Fitzy. Takes maximum points in the feature race. A double podium for Alpine and a very good drive from those two. Fusion Gamer involved with a few good battles there. Lee also. Yeah, Lucy is gonna pick up a P4. Very good result for Aston Martin there on his Aston Martin debut. Aros is gonna finish P5, which is very good considering it's in 11 finishes, so it's all about finishing the race today. Where's Bolton going to drop through down to P10? Yes. I think Dolphin jumped Paloma at the end there as well. So there we go, there's the full points scored this week. Fusion Gamer picking up a very good result. Fitzy taking the lead of a championship, 32 points scored. But here is the full race result. And Fitzy Fusion and Adam Lee on the podium. I think that's Adam Lee's first podium. Second or third start. Very good. Fiorucci P4, Aros P5, 4 and P6. Zeno, the fastest lap in 7th. 8th is Dolphin, La Paloma and Bolton. And Adam are the finishers. Icy bottled it from P4. Vision bottled it from P2. Ember Devour, David Finley, Winnets, Serma, Hamilton and Chaos all DNFing. But yeah, thank you for watching then. Tomorrow we head to Spain once again for Tier 3. That looks like it's going to be a decent race as well. The grid is getting faster and faster. Likes of the real Cooklet coming in. Marshmallow. Jamie Tarquin is going to make his Tier 3 debut, it looks like, for Red Bull. So not Red Bull, he's where's he signed? Mercedes. He's gone to Mercedes. To help Joel in the fight, there's been a few transfers in Tier 3 also. So we'll see how they get on tomorrow. We'll catch you then, and good night.
This is the battle of the late breakers, and Elite Risk gets it.
Not late break, Money Warrior's not going to give us up without a good fight.
Oh dear me. Oh, and look at that. Peg Dorniak and Charlie going at it. Go on. Side by side to the last corner. Who's going to get the better traction? Race on the better line. It's going to be a drag race to the finishing line.